Hello, hello,
Hey, good
hello.
evening, good evening, good evening.
In some parts of
Oh
the
my
world, good
goodness.
morning.
That's in Cambodia. They love us there.
I
It's
don't know. We have the
it's a holiday
weirdest.
in Cambodia.
We have the
We have
weirdest. Not the weirdest, but the most eclectic demographic when it comes to our podcast.
I think it's because people like connect to like using a VPN, and I think it like bounces from Cambodia, which makes it seem like everybody that watches us is from Cambodia, but it's fine. It's
I
fine.
appreciate. If and even if they do live in Cambodia, I appreciate them even more.
You know what?
Just get us a booking sometime soon, and we'll be even more appreciative of, you know,
As long as you pay
uh,
for
w-
airfare.
well, paid full, paid for, full pay, all of it. Welcome to Let's Have a Fifi. This is season 11, episode 6. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 10 years of me being a mess and Freddie having it all together. Um,
At least from the waist up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's be real, everyone. We can
yeah.
get the Captain Morgan.
Yeah, we don't talk about what happens from the waist down
I
on
don't
this show. We
know.
don't talk
I
about
don't
what happens from the
I
waist
don't want to
down.
ruin the illusion for anyone.
Right.
Um, so,
like the
but
illusion for me, but
I am Felicia Fifi Minor, and very
I'm
well
still Freddie
dressed.
Prinze Charming
I
from the
love that
waist up at
makeup
least.
tonight.
Thank you. I wasn't sure what the fuck I was doing, and I didn't know what I was going to wear until I
Those
actually got back here.
that
I had
red
a wig
and the
on, but then my
gold,
head got hot. But isn't it? You like it?
the red and the gold. Yes, we're gonna have to get shirts to say Freddie is fully painted. Fully
Yes.
beat, as they
always.
say,
Yes.
yes. And then we have a guest down here. We have Jack Rabid.
All the way
Uh,
from Austin, Texas. Yeah.
Yes. Ooh.
and thank God we didn't have to pay for your airfare and your lodging.
No, we
Eh,
are coming
I could put an air mattress in the
live.
drag cave. It's fine.
Live from my one-bedroom apartment. Here I am.
Oh my gosh. And you fit your drag in there? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We are sitting in my sewing room, which is also my kitchen and also my living room.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love the grand tour. We've never had a tour on the Fifi before, and that
Yeah,
was
you can
the
see, always like the mirror. There's all of my awards. There's all my drag awards, and then there are all of my lightsabers.
yes, yes. Oh my goodness. We'll get
Oh,
into
I
it
love
a
it.
bit later, but oh my goodness,
Oh my god,
welcome,
I love
welcome,
it.
welcome.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you
let's do
for
some
having me.
yes, let's do some housekeeping. You can get exclusive content on our Patreon if you go to patreon.com/let's have a fifi. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I move stuff around
Do you want
on.
me to help you?
Yeah, I moved the
All
window
right.
around.
I got you. We would like to thank our patrons Brandon D, Drake Jensen, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Leanne, Nicole, and Shannon. And special thanks to our sponsors this season, Success Boutique. For all of your makeup needs, go check them out. They are amazing. They are queer owned and operated, and they have everything you could possibly need as far as makeup. LC Designs, whose jewelry I wear a lot of, and Wigs of a Kind for supplying us with hair.
Hair.
Because it's needed. It's
It's most
necessary.
of the time it's the hair that I drive Marissa crazy with because I play with it.
She can't
Especially this.
stop touching it. She can't stop
This is
touching
gonna
it.
be. I always play with
Oh
this
my
wig.
god.
Wait,
It
Where's your
drives.
hairspray?
Oh, you.
You
That's
can
That's not
you
gonna stop me
can
from playing with it.
oh god. You can donate and
Give
tip
us
us
money.
or whatever the fuck at paypal.me/let's have a fifi.
Yeah.
on there. You can do the thing. You can also text LHAF to 602-730-7379 for updates about the show, and text from Felicia. I cannot be responsible for what you may or may not get from Felicia. I have zero control over any of that.
I can't send nudes. That's against the agreement. But if you want nudes, I can give you my actual number.
Oh Lord. And if you are one of our folks that are watching on the Facebook, you can click on the stars button at the bottom and we can earn dollars that way as well. Thanks, of course, to folks like DJ Image, Eddie Omega, Laura Renfro, and more who have sent us upwards of 500 stars, which I think 500 stars will get us about a cup of coffee.
Yay!
Yay!
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
It's fine. We appreciate any and all of it.
I think we get like a percentage, and Facebook gets a percentage. So,
right.
We're making somebody rich, just not us.
It's not us, but it's somebody. It's definitely not us.
Somebody's getting rich, just not us.
How was your weekend, Felicia?
So let's just call the spade a spade. But for sex trivia,
Mar is never allowed. This is your fault. You're the one that told Mar that
what
she
I was going to
go
say
home
is,
and take care of herself.
I was going to preface this with, I'm always telling people to take care of themselves, to have self-care, to take care of your skin, to take care of yada, yada, yada.
Nope, never
And
again.
here we are. We come Friday. Mar says, I'm going to take the day off.
Our immediate reaction should have been no. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
But we both responded and said, yeah, we should be fine. We did this the last time, we were good. You were there for like good 5-10 minutes. And this time Mar pre-packed everything, wrote cute little notes all over everything and said, these are the markers, these are what you need. But
oh my God,
the technology did not have anything written on it.
Mercury was in Gatorade or something. I don't know what the fuck was
Gatorade?
going on, but
oh my God.
Was like
no, in Haterade. It sounds like.
And then so I of course had to work on Friday. Usually when we have events like this, I take the whole day off so I can prepare for it. But I didn't have that time. So I'm doing the because it's Jeopardy style, I'm doing the board while they're all setting up with the technology. And then I go to plug in my piece of technology, which my laptop is about 10 years old. And we just got new setup, and I didn't buy a laptop. I bought a computer. Whatever. So anyway, luckily, Freddie had brought his piece of technology, which is a laptop, and was able to connect. But
because
I couldn't
Felicia's
use
laptop
the mouse.
Didn't have the USB-C. That's
Correct.
Why mine did. But okay, but before even all this happened with the microphones, one of the microphones kept being like super echoey, and the other one was really quiet. So one was just like echo.
Or he would talk and you would hear the thing that he just said as he's talking.
It was awful. It was awful. But we managed to get my laptop plugged in, except then my mouse pad decided that it didn't want to work. It's been working fine all day, by the way, today. Not a fucking problem.
Of course it is.
But we couldn't get it. It wasn't doing anything. It wasn't working. It was like, and because normally I use an external mouse because it's just easier. And I didn't bring the external mouse because it would have been one more thing to put in my bag. And this fucking, oh my God, the Wi-Fi wasn't working. None of the passwords worked.
Even the
and it was just
one.
It was all of it was shit. All of it was shit. Whatever could go wrong did go wrong. Like, it was awful. And then we tried to like do the second round, and it decided that it didn't want to connect to the laptop with the projector. The projector wasn't going to work. Like, it just wasn't, nothing was fucking working. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It was oh my God.
Quit.
So
it just
Mar is never allowed to take a day off when we're doing sex trivia. There are like 30 other days in the month where you can take a fucking day off. Take one of those.
This is
Not
the
that
only
one.
self-care free day of the month.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Any other day except for sex trivia day. Any other day, I don't care. Take care of yourself. Sex trivia day,
shows
no.
up. I think they can take care of themselves.
No.
We need help. Drastically.
We're not
Hi,
technologically
Marissa.
unsavvy either. Like, we're not idiots when it comes to these things, but
I know, but
it was
frustrating.
awful.
And luckily, we had quite a bit of people that were around, and they stuck around as we came up with a solution, which was to show it off of my piece of equipment, just the screen. Just this little laptop screen and this huge area of people. But they continued to play. They luckily, like, only one person left out of the whole ordeal. And they were cute, by the way, the ones that took their place. It was like a young man with like a
his
mustache
little handlebar
that
mustache. Yeah, no,
just wanted to
they were
play
both
with.
super cute.
Oh.
And his like, you thought he was like super like, dare I say, masculine, and then his voice came out and I was like, that is so cute.
Adorable. It was super cute.
They both
super
were
cute.
and they almost won even though they came in late. Look at that. Even you too could show up late and win things.
You just have to know stuff.
Just not pageants.
Well,
I have seen some people show up late to pageants and still win. That is true. Mm-hmm.
I've gotten first alternate showing up late, but
oh my goodness. See, look at that.
I still got to go to nationals, so I mean,
and that's really all that matters. That's all that matters.
I mean,
that's a fun story. If I ever get the chance to tell it, it's the everything that can go wrong pageant. It was horrifying.
Oh.
We know nothing about that at all.
Never ever, no. Everything always goes so smooth.
Everything always.
Yes, we were flirting with the handlebar mustache man.
Oh, if I were there, I would have too. I'm so gay.
He was really fucking. He was adorable.
I am gay, but in the like my brains go out of my head sort of way when I see a cute boy. The other day I was singing karaoke. And this guy I have a crush on gave me $1 because he liked the way that I was singing. And I went out to reach it and I was like, hey, he's so cute. And then I dropped the $1. So I was so distracted by how cute he was.
Oh, God.
And
see, if I do stuff like that, I turn red. You can't.
I am always cool, calm, and collected. So I don't know.
Oh, really?
I'm a Muppet, so no.
I never blushed ever. I never blush. I never get flustered. So
what?
You shut up.
I'm turning this off. I'm turning this off. You're out.
Canceled.
You lie. Don't lie to the people.
Oh my God! What else did you do this weekend? Enough about me.
So. On Saturday, we went to take pictures with Santa, which I realize is a gypsy scam.
No. We don't use that word.
What? Gypsy
the G
scam?
word. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't say that word.
Okay, well, it was a scam in general. Sorry.
It
was a scam nonetheless.
Yes,
because they wanted to charge me for every different photo, and I said, on what planet is this okay? I went to the mall, and I was like, well, when I used to go to the mall back in the 1800s, we used to get like 6 different photos, like your family, like
that never
your sister, brother. Nope. They said, do you want just a picture with a child, or do you want a picture with you all? And then they were like, it's $40 a piece.
Oh, the fuck!
40.
God. I'll tell you what, next time I'll just dress up as Santa and you can just give me $40 and it'll be fine.
Well, what I found out is that somebody messaged me after Scott had posted the picture, that, like you can go to Bass Pro and there's other places that do it for free. And I'm like, where were these people before? Like, I could have saved $40 because,
Nope.
we were already there, and,
Ugh.
I don't want to be that person. Ugh. But I was like, I know a couple of people that could dress up as Santa, and it probably would have been worth my while to pay them $40 or $50 and call it quits. But
Boys of Austin used to just have one of us dress up as Santa. And then...
I mean, that's what I'm thinking next year. I'll just be like, "Hey, Freddie,
I'm thinking of all the people that are in the Boys of Austin, and I'm like, who the hell could pass off as Santa?
So we've had a couple people different people do it.
Please.
The one that I'm thinking of was it was one of the Nicks. It wasn't Nick the Dick. It was another Nick. But then a couple of years in a row, we had Papi Churro did.
Okay, that makes sense.
Poncho Claus, like Santa Claus, but in a poncho, like Chicano Santa Claus. And
okay,
that was vibes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm here for that.
I'm Jewish, so it doesn't. I give not a single shit. But
oh, that maybe yeah. And he doesn't act flustered, so he probably was calm, cool, and collective when he.
I'm always cool, calm, and collected.
Always.
Oh my god!
Except for when technology goes down.
I mean, hey, that's one of the most rage-inducing experiences in all the world. So
it really is.
Yes. And so I did get cheated out of money. And now all these people are telling me like, oh, you could have went here, you could have went here, and you could have went here. And I'm like, oh, maybe we'll take her there too, because I don't know. I'm like, well, we already did the damage, so
shop around for Santas.
Like, I didn't know I had to price out Santa. Shit. Oh my god. And then I got my nails done. And while I was in the nail salon, they were playing Dead to Me on Netflix.
The new season?
Yes. So I watched like the first season and didn't watch the second season, I guess. So immediately after I get my nails done, I'm like, oh, I gotta go home. Because you know what I was thinking about? I was like, I gotta see how this. I haven't watched all the way to the end, so don't tell me. But I'm like, oh my god, I need to go and finish season 3.
So Dee's watching the new season, and I think it was filmed after Christina Applegate's diagnosis of MS. And I remember because Dee had mentioned that she had put on weight, obviously, probably because of the medication and stuff that she's on.
Correct.
And I remember that I came in, I saw Christina Applegate on the screen. I was like, oh, wow. Like,
and she's never really had any, like throughout her career, I'm saying she's never really had any weight issues per se.
It took me a little bit by surprise, not because it's a bad thing. It was just surprising.
Well,
she's
especially because
been...
like you watch season 2 and then all of a sudden season 3 starts and you're like,
right,
who's that?
And she's always like she's always been very slim and athletic because she's a dancer. She's been on Broadway. Like, she's done these roles that have always been, that she's been slim my entire life, basically. And it was surprising just to be like, oh wow, like that's,
and you can tell, and she got her star recently on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and you can tell it like bothers her. She purposely wore no shoes because she said that folks with MS will understand that you feel free. You don't feel like you're fighting to stand up straight or be level, because it has everything to do with every single muscle in your body.
oh.
And I, as a person that has back spasms, I can't imagine what that is like to have all of your body lose control, and have no explanation for it.
I
Like
know.
I would feel, because I like to feel like I'm in control of my body, and if I lost that, I would. I don't even like when things cramp up. So,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
more power to those that fight for just the simple things that we do every day. And you can tell it's hurting her heart, because she said she's going to take a step back from Hollywood, but she doesn't want to step away completely. But you can tell it hurts her heart.
I'm sure. Like she's been doing things since she was young, like, and now to just be hit with this, it's crazy.
And then today I started. So for those that don't normally watch, I don't usually watch TV at all. If anything, there is a TV right here. There is a TV off to the side, but usually I'm like doing stuff over here, you know, fuddling with stuff over here, and it's like the background noise. And I don't watch. Like if something happens, then I go, oh yeah, and then I go back to what I'm doing. And so for me to actually watch these shows is kind of a big deal for me. And so I started Wednesday with our daughter today, and okay, I'm in it. You got me following along with the backstory, and I was like, because I said I'll watch one episode with her. Where was I? I?
Mm-hmm.
I watched like 5 episodes of it, and I was like, shit, about right. I got stuff to do. Oh my god.
Yep.
This morning.
So after everything went wrong with Sex Trivia on Friday, Saturday, our teenager's birthday was yesterday, our youngest, and so she decided that Saturday night, since she was here, she wanted to have a sleepover. Oh my god. It was
didn't I warn you last week?
3 teenage girls, and then one of her friends who I believe is non-binary. But oh my god, they're so weird.
People?
Mm-hmm. Well, all of them bad. About 12 or 13.
That's not bad. And I'm gonna have so much fun. I should have came.
Oh my god, I felt really bad because I couldn't stay the whole time on Saturday night because I had to go to Wax-A-Bear because I had already previously committed to going to Wax-A-Bear, so I had to bounce out for a while. It was
I don't believe
terrible, and I felt really bad for just leaving my partner with them.
Sorry,
didn't feel that at all. But speaking of Wax-A-Bear, before I got ready for Wax-A-Bear, we're like sitting in the bedroom because they were all out doing this like paint thing. I don't know. We're hearing blood-curdling screams coming. From the dining room, and we're like, should we check
this is
somebody's like,
okay, I'm coming to the next
they'll
one.
knock on the door. Like,
I'm coming to the next one
then. But I did get to go to Wax-A-Bear, and it was fun. It was chilly as fuck. Like, it was cold out there. It was all concrete. There were no heating lamps or anything. I was freezing.
What?
But it was good. It was fun. I got to see people that I haven't seen in a little bit.
Yes. You felt bad while being at the Wax-A-Bear.
Yep, it was terrible. They raised over $11,000 for Lambda Center, which was fantastic.
I saw that. Congratulations.
It was really cool. I won a couple of cool things. I won a vintage Meerkat, which is kind of cool. A cap, a cover.
Oh.
Like a leather, leather.
Mm-hmm. And some fun.
You're not wearing it tonight?
I'm not. No, I'm not getting makeup on this one.
Oh,
it's vintage. Yeah. She needs to be treated special.
Yeah. From what I understand, a lot of the things that were donated for the raffle, the silent auction, things like that, actually came from like gay porn stars that did.
No way.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, well,
So
that would never touch makeup.
that's
at
why I'm like, I'm not
all.
getting makeup on this one. I will wear it, but I'm not wearing it in drag.
Our
That is not a
makeup
drag
is
hat.
so hard to get
Yeah, that's
off
not
of.
happening.
Oh god. Yeah.
I currently have. We're not doing shit tomorrow. We're doing basically nothing. We're gonna sleep in, not worrying about doing stuff. I have a turkey that is
I
currently
forgot to
sitting in
talk about my
brine
turkey.
because we're doing a Friendsgiving. That's kind of a drop in, grab some food, whatever, on Saturday. So I'm gonna be cooking up a fuck
Oh,
ton
it's
of
not
stuff.
a drop-in kind of thing?
You can do that if you want to. You would probably hurt
Oh.
yourself. But that was pretty much all I did this weekend. I didn't do much. It was basically just teenagers and wax a bear.
And binging shows. That's me. So I meant to talk about my turkey because on top of
No, Jesus.
on top of our tech problem, I am the clumsiest person I know. Freddie's clumsiness meets my clumsiness, but I think this went way over. So I put the turkey in the bag for the brine. And so I'm pouring, but I feel like it's not going in the bag. I'm like, when I did this last year, it went like right in the bag. No, I'm pouring it on the floor. And so first and foremost, do not try to do things late at night when you know that you may not be coherent. Because I fell asleep first when the brine was cooling off. Then I woke up and I said, no, I should really put that. So I didn't put it in the fridge at first. So there's that. And then so I realized I was doing laundry too at the same time. So I did laundry, then I let it cool off and I fell asleep again. And then I woke up and it's like 4 a.m. So I'm like really disappointed in myself because I'm like, ugh, like I wanted to have so much time, but here I am eating up the time by not even letting it do the thing to the turkey that it's supposed to do. So when I'm pouring it, I'm going, it usually goes right in there, right? Like we're pouring.
I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask.
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna ask.
And then I couldn't get the bag closed by myself, so that was a whole dilemma. I had to wake somebody up. And,
oh my god!
Yeah.
Jack, did you have a better weekend? Did you have a better weekend than dumping shit all over the floor and dealing with tech issues? Please tell me you had a better weekend.
Okay, so yeah, let's see. On what day of the week of that was?
Look at them trying to think of something better. That's
no. Like so on Saturday, or was that Saturday or Sunday? No, that was Sunday. I went to my drag. He's technically my grandchild, but he's more like a child. His mother adopted him and then moved to LA like a month later. So it's the teen pregnancy that I'm raising as my own child. But my grandchild.
Too relevant. Sorry.
My grandchild Tangelo had a show at a venue here called Cheer Up Charlie's, with hosted by the incomparable Bridget Bandit, who is really a fucking awesome performer here in Austin. And so I went to that, and there was another member of the Boys of Austin who was in it as well. His name is he's a newer member. His name is Bobby Pudrito, and that was really, really fun. So I enjoyed the hell out of that. I got a new winter coat. I bought a lot of jock straps.
For the winter?
For the winter.
Specifically for the winter.
Because you have the winter coat on the jock straps. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a look.
Okay.
Add a pair of furry Ugg boots and you're good to go.
That sounds very queer to me. Yes. Very good.
And then
this meets my standards.
That was the weekend. On Saturday, I'd fuck all. But On Monday, I went to Sad Girls Only at Swan Dive, which is where I had my karaoke incident trying to get $1 from a cute boy. But that was actually, it was really incredible. It's hosted by Louisiana Purchase. It's a very
oh, nice.
Everybody does slow,
Wow.
sad kind of songs, which sounds like it would be depressing, but it's actually very cathartic. And like not every venue. Usually you bring a ballad and they're like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. And then, like, no, this place is great. Like, and we eat cake at the beginning. They have free cake. It was hosted by a sexual health clinic, so they were giving out.
I heard cake and heard nothing else. What's going on?
They give you free cake at the beginning of the show, and then you get to watch the whole show and cry, and then you get to sing karaoke afterwards.
Cake and crying and karaoke.
And Louisiana Purchase.
Sounds like a good deal.
I'm here for it. I'd be all about that shit.
Yeah, and for this.
So yeah, me and my lads, the other members of the Rabid family. That was our night out on Monday. And then yesterday I came out to my parents for like the 4th time because I've been on a gender journey. I have identified as every gender, I feel like, and have finally just like come to the conclusion. It's just like, wait a second, I'm a man. Why are we like? See, the thing is that I'm so feminine, and it's just like, Jack, why did it just not occur to you that you're just a fruit? Like,
I mean,
jackfruit.
So
jackfruit.
Jackfruit. Maybe that has to be my new middle name, Jackfruit Rabid.
I love it.
Here's the vegetarian option.
Oh my goodness!
But I have amazing parents. I have an amazing family. So literally my parents, like after we have this phone conversation, and like I said, this is like the 4th time that they've just like been like on the phone with me, and I'm like, hey, I got something to tell y'all. And then they're just like, sounds good. Keep going to therapy. So yeah, that's my last couple of days. I also so I work as my day job is I work as a social worker, and I do homeless outreach. So today I handed out a lot of meals pretty much all day. Nice. So that was actually really nice. I got to give out a lot of like Thanksgiving meals. Went to a bunch of different clients in their apartments and gave them food. So
is this time of year busier than most for you?
Yes, absolutely, because it's a combination of it's getting colder. So people who are outside really want to get inside. And then also we get a lot of donations around this time of year. And then we also want people to, like, it's a triggering time of year. Especially if you're unhoused, you want food, you want family, you want connection. You don't want to feel like you're an island, you're disconnected from your community. So it's definitely really, really busy for us. But yeah, I get to be a part of, making that a little bit better.
Yes, absolutely. We appreciate that.
Speaking of things like family, cake, crying, and therapy, that's a good way to go into the tip for this evening. So we try to talk about this.
A good segue.
Good for you. Thank you. We try to talk about this during the holidays because sometimes folks kind of need a reminder that family is not an obligation. It's officially the holiday season, no matter what you celebrate, whether it's, it's Hanukkah, whether it's Christmas, whatever the hell it is. This is the holiday season. Most of these holidays fall within the next 6 to 8 weeks. So this is the holiday season. And, holiday get-togethers start happening for Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, all the shit. And people tend to feel obligated to spend time with blood family, despite trauma, right-wing views, all the bullshit that comes along with it. And like I said, we've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Spending time with blood family is not an obligation. You are allowed to set those boundaries and not spend time with toxic family members. If your family purposefully misgenders you, dead names you, refuses to acknowledge your partner, constantly spouts off religious or right-wing rhetoric, etc., you can and should, frankly, say no and put those boundaries in place. And I get it. Depression around the holidays is absolutely a thing. And I think sometimes folks think that they would rather be around someone, anyone really, rather than be alone. Even if people that they're around cause more trauma than not. And
I'd rather
I think
not be around the nasty people of 365. So
I think it's a mindset that I think we have to learn to break away from, because it's the holidays, so you have to be around people. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
And if you want to be around people, maybe be around better people. Some alternatives to spending time with toxic family: plan things with friends and or partners, because I guarantee you are not the only person that is struggling to separate from awful family events. I guarantee you there are people around you that don't want to hang out with their family.
You can find community.
There's community always
everywhere.
Absolutely. Do a virtual get together with like-minded folks who aren't necessarily in your area. Do you have friends that are around the country that are in the same boat? Do a virtual thing, do a virtual dinner, do a virtual meal, do a virtual movie, do whatever the fuck, do something. That there's technology, you can do all sorts of shit, and that way it's still together. And we learned how to do things virtually during the pandemic, so
we sure did.
It's not a new
We're
thing.
Doing it now, right? We're doing it right now.
Order fucking Chinese food and play video games.
What we playing?
Binge watch a series you've been meaning to watch, like Felicia's doing right now with Dead.
Like my drag son Kelsey did literally this morning. He was texting me at 7 a.m. and he was like, "I'm finally watching the Gay Pirate Show. I know you told me that I need to watch it." I was like,
"Shame, Kelsey, shame."
Gay Pirate Show. Wait, I don't watch this stuff. So what?
What do you?
Okay.
Our flag means death, Felicia.
Our flag means death. Okay, let me go.
Have we talked about this before?
Let me go on a bit of a tangent. Let me go on a bit of a tangent, and I'm not just doing this because Taika Waititi is my literal blood cousin. This show is about gay pirates, and when I say that this show is about gay pirates, I do not mean that this show is like a little bit queer, a little bit gay. This show is like capital G gay. There are 4 like on-screen kisses in the show. Not a single one is between a heterosexual couple. There is a non-binary character that uses they them pronouns. It's Taika Waititi and Reese Darby kiss each other on the mouth. It's
amazing. It's fucking brilliant.
Okay.
But I'm a fan of pretty much anything that he does. Like What We Do in the Shadows is probably one of the best shows that has ever been created.
I got a list going now. I got a list going now. Oh my god.
And if you watch What We Do in the Shadows, then you need to watch Wellington Paranormal.
Well, oh my god, Wellington Paranormal is so fucking funny.
I need
fantastic.
Yes, and he is my third cousin once removed on my mother's Jewish side. So, ironically, completely by coincidence, we're both mixed Jewish and indigenous. That's just complete like that. But we're just related on the Jewish side. He has no idea I exist. But
write a letter.
Hey, I'm your gay cousin. Congratulations.
Binge those shows, all of the shows. Watch Gay Pirates, watch
gay
vampires, and then
bisexual, polyamorous vampires.
Interesting. And then a paranormal police force that is just a hot fucking mess. 3 shows. There, good.
There you go.
Wow.
Take yourself to a movie. Do a double feature. Just go, get out of the house. Take a day trip. I've done that before, where I've just driven up and gone and sat on a creek somewhere, whatever. Just go do that. And if you feel like you really need to be around somebody, I guarantee you there's a friend out there that will happily
Oh my
take
god, you
you
guys are adding all these shows to my
with
list. I can't make
them
promises.
to a family dinner. Like I've spent time by myself on holidays. I have spent time with friends on holidays. I don't mind being by myself, really. It's kind of like I've gotten like I think one Christmas I think I was eating a hot pocket watching the original The Fog. Like it is what it is. It's what you make it, you know. Start your own.
Kitty.
I'm sorry. This is Mookie.
Hi,
Say hi.
Mookie. Oh,
Hi to the people, everyone. He likes being involved. When I used to work from home, literally, we called him the assistant to the creative assistant. That was my job title. And he, every single call, he would be there. He would be there on my lap.
Before I had a separate drag cave and my cats, I was in my condo. My cats were all over my thing. It was, they'd knock shit down and it's, oh my God.
It was a fit to be had.
But I'm big on starting your own traditions, you know? So if you start your own traditions on years that you happen to be alone, you're okay because you know that no matter what, you have your own thing that you're doing. Like generally, if I'm by
Absolutely.
myself on Christmas, my go-to is like Chinese food and a movie.
That's Jewish Christmas right there.
Right. Like that, why the fuck not, you know? And I get it. Being alone on a holiday can be rough, but it can also be a really good time for kind of self-reflection and learning to really enjoy being with yourself, because that can be really fucking hard. But the holidays, whatever the holiday is, holidays are what you make it.
Mhm.
So there's options. Plenty of options.
I think that cooking for others is my like
your happy place.
I don't want to say love language.
Oh no, it's my love language. It's absolutely my fucking love language.
Maybe it is, but I feel more of like when I cook for people, that I'm giving just another piece of me without sounding like I'm giving away my body as food. But
I mean, Christians do it, so.
Yikes!
Eat his body, drink his blood.
Right.
They're not goth at all.
Sounds very vampire.
They're not goth at all, no.
Right. No, feeding people is totally my love language, which is why I'm kind of excited to cook for everybody on Saturday. That's why I'm like, and we're not doing like a dinner, like come and sit down. That's why it's like, it's a drop-in. If you have time and you want to come by for a plate, grab a plate. I have a massive fucking turkey that I'm going to be roasting with bacon butter. Totally not kosher, really sorry. I'm doing my famous mashed potatoes, Spanish green beans. I'm doing a cranberry lime pie with a meringue and white chocolate crust. I'm doing a black sesame pumpkin pie with a maple granola crust. I'm making, the only thing that's not going to be gluten-free are my aunt's grandmother's rolls, Parker House rolls that I'm making. It's the only thing that's not gluten-free. Everything else is going to be gluten-free. It's going to be fucking amazing. I'm really excited about it. So, you know, that's what I do. That's what I do. And I like,
I do.
And there's plenty of folks out there that do that. So if you need places to go, find somebody. You know, there like Jack said, you can find community anywhere. And community does not have to be your awful family that is awful. It really, like, seriously, like that. And people that try to guilt you into, well, it's your family, you really should. No, fuck that. I don't play that.
Well, you know, your mother spent all this time doing all this.
She should be a better person.
Right. Don't give a fuck.
My biggest complaint is that we have a lot of people in our community that their loved ones aren't nice to them at all. And so do not respond with weird answers like, maybe you should find a way to like communicate with them. Don't do that. So maybe offer other things like Freddie has suggested, so that you're not that weird, audacious
Yeah, don't
friend
be
that
that
we
person.
keep
Yeah.
hearing about. That like, oh, you should really talk to your mom. She's really been asking about
No.
you.
Don't care.
Really?
Don't care.
Really? What? Why? Don't let people make their own decisions about how they, because that. Mm-mm. I remember a couple years ago hearing stuff like that and thinking, we have all heard like toxic stories about this person's parent, and you're like,
Well, you should really reach
why?
out. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't care. Don't care.
Like, why are you encouraging this? This is weird.
So I want to
Gross.
make sure that we get to our guests, but I do have one thing that I think needs to be talked about as far as current events. And the only
Oh, you
reason
need
you're
to
not going
address
to know about
something?
this is
Are
if
you
you
making a public address?
what?
Are you making a public address?
No, not really. But I'm saying unless you live under a rock, then you will have heard about the mass shooting that happened at Club Q in Colorado Springs on Saturday night. I believe there were 18 injured with 5 dead. And this actually hit home for me because I performed at Club Q. And one of my drag kids actually performs there regularly. And
I woke up instantly with that and thought, oh my God. And so
that was like she's there all the damn time, and this was one time when she actually wasn't performing there. Thank God.
Oh, look at free
yay,
girls in
we
your
Oh, we
get
got a
city.
free girls
bot.
in our city. That's
My-
awesome. That's
My
exciting.
cat is excited about that, apparently. 'cause
The
he's
cat's
showing-
very excited.
showing his ass to the camera. He's just like, oh boy.
Yes, cats do. If I did that, we'd get banned, but whatever. So there more and more details are coming out about the shooter, which are kind of interesting. So he's 22. He's got a right-wing politician for a grandfather, who
I saw that.
apparently kind of made sure that he was able to keep and continue to receive guns by having basically records expunged after he threatened his mom with a handmade bomb.
And how did he do that?
Because he's a fucking politician.
Because this country runs on.
Did the justice system work out fairly for him?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh?
And now all of a sudden, this is the latest thing now. His lawyer is saying that now he's non-binary. I'm gonna call bullshit.
Oh no, that's absolutely 100% just bullshit.
I'm gonna call bullshit. They're doing that so that he can try and weasel his way out of a hate crime.
Yep.
Because it can't be a hate crime if you kill your own people, right? Not a hate crime. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. Not one chance in hell has this boy ever been non-binary. Not now, not ever, not a thing. Never. Never.
But
no,
and
we tried it.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one time.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I think you're gonna say what
your thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Because your thoughts and prayers have been happening since Columbine.
So
thoughts and prayers ain't doing shit.
I haven't said anything publicly because first thing that went through my mind was looking for the person that we both were talking about earlier, because I was like, okay, social media activity, is it moving? Okay, it is moving.
Right.
So that means good things. Anyway, secondly, I felt like what I had feared would happen to me many years ago. I have gone numb and I don't react. Was I surprised? No. Was I devastated? Yes. Because when things like this happen, just like we talked about with George Floyd and things like that, when I can picture myself being at places, that's when I start to think, I don't even know what I would do. How would I feel? I mean, all of these things. And and please stop writing about how you would do this, that, and the other, because you don't know.
No idea what you would do.
Especially if you don't see or hear anything at first, because there are some people that talked about delayed reaction. They heard something, but they didn't know what was going on.
Well, you don't think about it, because why the hell would that be the first thing in your
Thing
head?
across
Like,
your mind, especially when there's a show going on and
you don't.
Yeah,
There's
like
loud
you're like, oh, that
noises.
must be part of the audio.
I mean,
that
that
must
must
be
be
part
part
of
of
the
the mix or
Yeah.
something. And so don't. I have seen a couple of those, and I just thought, okay, I wouldn't even know what to do, even if I had seen the gun person and thought, okay, there's a person pointing a gun at me, I'm gonna run. My brain would be like frozen.
Literally, the person, the man who was there, who did end up tackling the shooter and hitting him with his gun, said that the only reason that he knew how to react that way is because he's a combat trained veteran. And
most people aren't going to have the slightest fucking clue. You
Correct.
It's fight, flight, or freeze, and most people, frankly, are going to freeze because your brain just goes basically into overload, and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck do I do now?
And I work in education, and they always say, know where your stations are. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't know where the fuck these stations are gonna be when I'm in danger, because I don't know how I'm gonna react. I may scream, I may just cry and drop to the ground. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna react. So thoughts and prayers, people talking about this is what I would have done.
No.
All y'all can take the biggest FU and sit on it, because there's no way that
No.
And
We
you have
need
to think also that friends and family of these people can see all of
everything.
this.
Yeah, that's such horse shit. And we need action, we need accountability, and we need fucking gun control. Period.
Absolutely. We need gun control, and we need to me, the thing that like just immediately just stands out so much is that when you hear someone who might be a family member, who might be a friend, or like a high school acquaintance or something like that, refer to our community as groomers, or say that we're tricking people into having relationships with us, or that we deserve this, or anything like that, you call it out immediately. Because when this goes unchecked and we feel uncomfortable about it and we refuse to call a spade, it is a direct line from that sort of speech being normalized and allowed. It is a direct line from that. And not to be alarmist, but like we have to, they want us dead. It's a direct line from that to genocide. And I say this as a Jewish person who has a genocide in my family's living memory. Like, so just,
I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
You are 100% more likely to be groomed in church than you are at a drag show. Period.
I just come there to dance and move my lips and collect money.
You know how many layers of tights I'm wearing when I'm sex is the last thing on my mind. Like,
that's not a thing. And I swear to God, if you voted for anybody Republican, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you want us dead. Look me in the eye and tell me that you don't care about my safety.
No fucking excuse at this point. None. Zero. I don't want to hear but. No, there is no but. There's no whataboutisms. There's nothing. The Republicans have 100% been blocking every single bill that has tried to go for gun control. Every single time.
And
Cinema, who is a piece
need to
of shit.
Post this on Facebook, but I posted something from the New York Times, I think, where anti-LGBT bills are. We have some going on in Arizona. Every state
one in Texas right now. It's the new bathroom bill. It's the lobbyists have decided.
When you say, so we had a person on a couple weeks ago, and somehow of this incident, I thought of this person, but I have not told this person that I feel like when you don't vote, this is what happened. I shouldn't say it like that, but essentially, when you don't vote, you don't have a voice at the table, and this is what happens.
So, like, as someone who works with people who have felonies and don't have ID and have reasons why they can't vote, they have barriers to voting. That, if you don't have those barriers, you are basically spitting in their faces. Because they want to vote. And my great-grandmother moved here from the Russian Empire, and she moved here in 1905, and women couldn't vote at that point. But when she got the right to vote, she voted in every single election, no matter how small, because she's like, you don't understand, when you've lived in a place where you're not even considered a citizen, they hate you so much that you aren't even considered human, and you have the right to vote, and you don't want to do that. It's mind-boggling to me. And I understand feeling disenfranchised and feeling like you don't make a difference, but the elections that matter the most are not even the ones that get the most airtime. It's the local elections, and you
talk about that all the fucking time.
You need to be voting in your local elections if you have the ability to. Obviously, if you have some bullshit felony charge, like I have a client who has a felony charge for stealing a $1 piece of chicken, you know
what?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Such bullshit.
Yeah. That's a different
Justice
issue entirely. But
amazing, isn't it?
if you don't have those barriers and you're just deciding to stay home, that is when I start to have a problem.
Yeah, it's a bunch of horseshit. Bunch of fucking horseshit. So vote, but don't vote Republican and then come to me and act like you're my person and you're my friend and you give a shit. Because I don't want to hear it. Done.
No.
So that being said, I do hope that Colorado Springs and all of Colorado finds a way to heal through this. Because we know this is not going to be the last time something like this happens. I'm no longer surprised.
There were like two. I think there was a mass shooting at a Walmart where a manager walked into to the staff lounge and shot up at his employees. And then there was another one, and I was like, "What is going on?" But at the same time, we have Redface Agent Orange that has announced that they're going to run for president. And people are like, "Oh, it's not a big deal." Yes, it is, because
that's what we thought the first time.
Right.
It's already happening,
and that 4 years are directly linked to all the shit that's been going on.
Anything I guarantee you that you feel like Biden could be doing better, or he's not doing this, or he's not doing that, it's because his hands were tied by the previous administration.
Yep.
It's all directly linked to that. It's the Supreme Court that's fucking us right now, and guess who put all of those justices on that court?
Yep. Like,
you're right.
Yeah. But enough about that. Let's move on to the reason why we are all here this evening. All the way from Austin, Jack Rabid, who's been sitting here. Thank you for jumping into the conversation too. I love it when we have guests that actually talk and engage. Because we've had guests,
and I remembered that you were there.
I'm a Gemini. I am Jewish. I'm from New York. I will be heard.
Oh my gosh! So, besides being a Jewish Gemini from New York, tell us about yourself. How'd you get involved in drag? All the things. Tell us, because you do so much. You do all the things.
I do. I try. I try to stay busy. So yeah, my name is Jack Rabid. I've been a drag king for about, I think we just had the 12th birthday in October. It was 12 or 11. I started drag when I started college in Nashville, Tennessee at Play Dance Bar, which is home to many a drag king. It at the time, what in the early 2010s was one of the few places in the country that had a weekly drag king cast. So I feel very lucky in the fact that I had that when I was starting drag. And then I moved here to Austin. I went to high school here in Austin, and I moved back after college where I joined the Boys of Austin, who are Austin's only drag king and gender nonconforming drag troupe. And I am a producer for the Boys of Austin. And we are not the longest running drag king cast in Texas, but I believe we're the second. I think the number one is Mustache Envy in Dallas. But yeah, we're the second longest running. We just celebrated our 6th birthday as a cast. We have all kinds of drag king drag. And then from there, because I met all of the drag kings who became the Boys of Austin at an event called Austin International Drag Festival, which
yes,
and this was
Segways.
just me as a as an attendee, and I actually wasn't even performing in the very first year. I just was like, wait, we have this in my city, and I don't even think I graduated from college. I was just like, I'm in the audience, like this is great. It was Landon Cider was there. It was lovely. Yeah, so I saw all of these drag kings performing, and they kept saying like, oh, they're from Austin, and I was like, every time I'm here on like vacation though, there's no drag king shows. Like, we're obviously here, we obviously exist, like what the fuck is that about? And so it like through that first drag fest is kind of how the boys of Austin kind of were just like, wait a second, like we can have our own drag king show. Isn't that's amazing? But then also a couple years down the line, I am currently the director of diversity at Austin International Drag Festival. I'm on the board of directors. I'm also a part of the selections committee, and I'm the one who does all the social media. So if you see the graphics, I made them. You read the copy, I wrote it. Like, yeah. And Austin International Drag Festival is Austin International Drag Foundation is the world's only 501c that's devoted to drag, to the promotion of drag. And Austin International Drag Festival is the second largest, only to DragCon. And we like to say we're the world's most diverse drag festival.
Absolutely. DragCon isn't diverse at all. Fuck DragCon.
No.
Fuck DragCon a lot. Like, not worth it.
No, it's about
overrated.
It's about marketing, DragCon, and Drag Fest is more. It's like drag for drag people. It is the sort of drag that other drag people want to enjoy and see, and we all love each other. And last fun little thing, we have the world's largest showcase of drag kings.
Fuck yes.
Period. We do it every single year. It's called King Fest. And it's literally like 3 hours of drag king drag from all over the world. Like we've had Hugo Girl from New Zealand as one of our headliners. We've had multiple kings from London and Brighton and the UK.
It is truly an international festival, which is phenomenal. Like I remember the first year I was there, I was actually chatting with a couple of the UK folks, and it turns out that we actually have connections. Somebody that I went to high school with lives in London and was part of their drag family. And like, it was this whole like, like it was, so it's truly an international festival.
It's like very international. We've had guests from Thailand, Berlin, Germany,
Israel.
Yeah, Israel. We have guests from Israel every year. Literally all over the world, like everywhere. And yeah, it's a really fun time. And I also am the former Mixed Austin Pride. My crown is over there. I was the first AFAB person to be on the Austin Pride court, and I got to do it for 3 years because of COVID. 2019.
I know all about that shit.
Oh, do you? Do you know anything about that? Wow.
And I am also like a title holder. I did US of AMI Nationals twice, and I've been around. I've performed in Bushwig Festival in Brooklyn.
Oh wow! I see that all the time on Instagram.
Cherry. That one's fun. I performed at Cherries on the Bay in Cherry Grove and in Fire Island. I was the first drag king to perform there. I think they were like, it must have been like 30 years before me or something like that. And I was like, really? Like, so yeah, I do things and stuff.
And on top of that, you're also a costumer, and
yes,
you can do things with wigs and shit. Like, you do everything.
There is a wig up there. She's chilling. She's chilling.
So AIDF used to be in November, and then after the pandemic, y'all moved it to April, which is really fucking inconvenient.
Whoa!
Whatever, it's fine. Why the change?
So we moved it. for a couple of reasons. The first of which being the weather. We were having like, because November in Austin is always rainy and it's always cold. It is currently rainy and cold. It is raining. I can hear it. It's raining outside right now. And so AIDF is at 2.
Does drag and rain not go together?
Not very well.
It does if you said it right.
It's 2 different locations. So like there's the drag village and the hotel where everyone stays, where we have and then we have like our VIP room there, which is where everybody hangs out and eats all the snacks until like 4 a.m. after every show, because the VIP lounge is open to the drag entertainers. Fun fact. But so that's all in like one location that's uptown, and then all of our venues are in the Red River Cultural District downtown, and we have buses that like shuttle buses that run in between to get everyone back and forth. But it does mean that you have to be outside in drag for, you know, some amount of time. So that we were getting like some people saying that like this is kind of like gross, and we would prefer it would be at like a warmer time. And then the other thing was actually we were looking at, this is like a weird like in the soup kind of a thing, but flights were for our international guests were cheaper for whatever reason in April.
That makes sense, especially if you're flying headliners out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Also, Gage, head's not shaved. It's just what it is.
It is bald.
Not shaved. It's still there.
God shaves your head.
Just right. Definitely, yeah. It's graciously. It's just very light, but yeah, graciously not shaved. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not quite.
You haven't embraced it yet?
Nope, not yet. I'm holding on. I'm gonna be like Homer Simpson, combing the last 3 hairs over.
And saying, I'm gonna make this work.
It's fine. I'll curl them. I'm just gonna grow my ear hair out and just.
Then you can do a comb over with the ear hair. Yeah. Yep. Love that.
I have plenty of hair on the back of my head, so I figured I could just grow that out and just comb it all forward and stuff.
Oh, there's somebody that does that already.
Your Elton John illusion.
Somebody that does that already. I don't think Elton John would appreciate that.
It's fine.
He's come to terms with it. He has hair plugs now.
Right.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh. So what I remember going and it's been a while now, but and thinking, why don't more people know about this? But since we have a captive audience, tell us like what are the wonderful things that you've experienced through AIDF, and what are some of the things that when you attend that people can look forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the number one thing that I love the most about it, which is the reason that I decided I wanted to be on the board and got so involved with it, is just like the community of the performers who are there is like absolutely nothing else. And like literally, it does not matter if you're a headliner or if this is like your very first drag fest and you've only just started drag. Everybody is there for everyone. They all want to talk about how much they love drag. They all want to like have fun performing. They're all cheering for each other. We're all in the audience for each other. We're all giving each other like the same $5 is getting passed around between every
pretty much
every single person. But no, it's just like it's truly like it's like I call it like summer camp for drag entertainers. Like we get to have so much fun. And then there are vendors there that you can get like always Electra Cosmetics is there and they sell like glitter gel. So like it's always funny watching like everybody like end up with like glitter all over their face.
I always come home with way too much. Like I have a
but yeah, like so you can like get new stuff for your drag. There are panels. We always have panel discussions. We always have one about diversity in drag. We have history of drag, like a couple of times. We've had Drag King history specifically, actually, a couple times that Moby Dick has done as a panel. And we've, like there's like that kind of aspect to it. And then at night, it kind of shifts into more of like a South by Southwest kind of style, where it's in all of the bars on the Red River Street in downtown Austin, which is where some of like all of the alternative drag in Austin kind of lives. That's where the Boys of Austin are at Elysium, which is like our main host venue. That's like because we love Elysium so much. But yeah, so we like shout out to Elysium. Yay, John, we love you. But yeah, so we have Elysium and Valhalla, and then last year I think we had did we have Swan Dive last year? Or no, was it Creek in the Cave last year. But we've had Swan Dive before, and there are a couple other venues that unfortunately were COVID casualties, and nowhere's really replaced them yet. But that, and then there's like Cheer Up Charlie's down the street, but that is where all of the alternative drag happens in Austin year round. So we kind of get to like share that with the people who are coming in to visit. And so we have showcases. We always have a trans and non-binary showcase. And then we always have King Fest, which is our all drag king. And then, yeah, and we have Camp Wanakiki does their auditions there too.
Yep. Yes, they do. Yep. So to speak to sort of the camaraderie that happens at AIDF, the very first time I went, I did something that I generally wouldn't have done, which is I went by myself. I went by myself, and I didn't know anybody. I knew nobody. Then back then, I knew nobody. So it was, and me being an introvert and not liking people, it was one of those things where I would force myself to get up, I would get in face, and then I would go down and hang out all day and force myself to talk to people. And the very first year that I went, I actually ended up, that's where I met all the Chicago folks. And so like I ended up hanging around with most of the Chicago people the entire weekend because they were like the first folks that I started chatting with. But you know, you get to know folks, and then you go back the next year and you get to see them all again. And then it's all the same people. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you forever. It's literally like summer camp.
Yeah.
Literally, like I've called it summer camp before because it's the same thing. It's the same way I used to get when I used to go to like when I used to go to Girl Scout camp. It's the same sort of thing. The same people that you see, you don't see them any other time really for a lot of them, and then you see them once a year. And it's like, oh my God! And you just drop your bags. But it's so awesome, and it's so fantastic. And I've heard even from people that are just going as attendees, they're like, this is the most amazing bunch of drag that like they've ever seen.
Because it's like it's every type of drag. Like it is literally every type of drag, and we really do focus. I mean, I'm the director of diversity. We focus on there being representation for trans.
What exactly people. Is your role?
Trans people, Black and brown people, disabled people, people of like every identity. We want there to be a spotlight on the sort of drag that maybe mainstream TV competition shows haven't necessarily caught on to the fact that this is the kind of drag that you see in the bars at any given show when you go out. Okay.
Speaking of diversity, I have a very diverse portfolio. I could point you towards my Instagram. I have put in my application, and I would like to say, if you have an I would really like to be a headliner again this year. So I can point you again towards my diverse portfolio of different things. Brock Harder has said that I'm a chameleon and he can never recognize. So I feel like that endorsement alone should bump.
There you go.
Plus, now I feel like I have something.
I have to turn my camera off. Do you guys need some time alone?
I have to redeem myself at this point because
let me just go.
I said this to Jack before. I'm like, oh my God, Felicia. the last time I was at AIDF was in 2019, and I did my fucking best to show up and show the fuck out, but I was miserable. I was having the worst case of shingles. Like, it was awful. I was in pain the entire fucking time. It was awful. I couldn't hang out as much as I wanted to. Like, I still brought my God,
my
the pictures
goodness.
of my luggage cart popped up. But
I remember when you posted that. I was just like, sir.
I was like, look, like I think I had like 4 suitcases. I think I had like another bag. I had my wings, 3 wigs. Like I had a whole bunch of shit. Like I'm like, no, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fucking go big. But oh my God, I don't feel well at all. So that was like the last time I was there. And then I was supposed to be there this year, but Arkansas tried to kill me by giving me COVID. So I couldn't. And I was, oh my God. So now I'm like, no, God damn it. Now I have to redeem myself. And now I feel like I have something to prove. So I'm just going to say it. Also, hi, Devin.
Oh, hi, Devin. Yes, there might be a way that we can arrange that, possibly.
I'm just
I might know some folks.
It's like now it's just a matter of principle.
Yeah. No, but
it's now on the record.
I cannot confirm or deny. No, but there are definitely some people that I feel like you've become part of this kind of like cast of like people who are definitely like our regulars that are like, because we try to mix up the headliners every
right. No, so absolutely,
always the same people, but there are people like you and Geneva Convention, and there are others.
She's one of my favorite people ever.
She's one of the best drag names, like one of the best drag names to ever exist. But but like
she's so fucking talented. It's disgusting.
She's so talented. Lucy Stool is another one that we like is like a drag fest staple person. Like and, there are a bunch of people. Discharge from the UK is another.
Yes. Yep.
And yeah, the artist formerly known as Anson from Israel. But like there's some people that are like they have to be there. Yeah, we have to make it happen somehow. Like maybe they're not. They're like
I think those are like the folks that are like sort of like the camp counselors at this point. Like you want. It's like
you want to see them come back.
It's like
in a different capacity.
I just keep thinking it's like the whole like Girl Scout camp sort of analogy. Like you're like who like the camp counselors are going to be there, and you're like, oh, I want to be in that person's camp. I want to be
in their cabin.
Right. For no particular.
Not to break up your camp party, but
Arkansas tried to kill me, Devin. Tried. Between the strep and the anaphylaxis and then COVID, Arkansas tried to kill me. So I'm going to say this one more time. Fuck Arkansas.
I mean, Devin and Gage were there for the worst. Okay, I can tell this story. I'm going to take us on a tangent. I don't care.
Do it. It's fine. Do it.
The worst pageant experience that anyone I think could ever have in their entire life.
Oh yeah, you were going to talk about this.
Please.
So the year that I got my introduction to USFA pageantry, I could have gone. There was a prelim in Nashville, Tennessee at Play Dance Bar, literally walking distance from my apartment. What did I do? No. I reach out to Marco Delgado and say, hey, I want to do Mr. Southern States. And I did it. And I made it there. However, I just went back into my like Tennessee accent when I started talking about this.
Right, we'll chalk it up to the trauma. We'll chalk it up to the trauma. That's fine.
Oh, Bubba. I was 21 years old. And so obviously that's like the youngest that you can be and do a USFA pageant. But I was like, the only way I can get there, because I can't afford the flight, is to rent a car. And I had worked or like this kind of like workaround of like, I'm going to rent, even though I'm under 25, I can rent a car from Hertz by using, because I technically worked for Vanderbilt University, by using my like university discount code, because it doesn't ask for your ID, so they don't know how old you are. And I get to the counter in the Nashville airport, and I'm like, here I am, like, here to rent my car. And they're like, oh, checking me in, is all okay? And the guy's like, this is going to put a $200 deposit on your debit cards. I literally was like, wait, I need to put money. Like, I need to transfer it over. And for my savings account before you run this. And as I'm saying that, I watched him just slide the card. He's like, well, it declined. And I was like, yeah, no fucking shit, it declined. Like, I literally just said that to you. And he's like, well, you have another card? And I'm like, no, I'm 21 years old. I don't have a saving. Like I it's a miracle I have a savings account. I don't have a credit card. I don't have credit. Like I don't got shit. And like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, I can't, now that this card declined, I can't run it again for 24 hours. And I was just like,
what? That's some bullshit.
Oh my God.
Excuse me? And then he's like, yeah, so I can't rent you your car. Sorry, bye. And so there I am in the airport in Nashville trying to rent a car. I went to literally every single car rental counter.
My Alexa has decided that it wants to just start talking. It's fine.
I went to every single one sobbing and was like, please, like, I know I'm 21 years old and I only have a debit card, but please. Like, and then I went to one and they're like, yes, we'll rent to you, but it'll put a $700 deposit like on your card. And so I called my mother, my biological mother, and was like sobbing to her and was like, can you put like this money in my account? Like, I promise I'll give it back. And she was like, yes, I guess, but why do you need to do this? And I was just like, it's important, I promise. And then that one, they swiped the card, they're like, oh, it's not working. And it turns out this, like, I had a college like debit account and they had a spending limit on it of like $500, so it wouldn't go through. Finally, after 2 hours, I rent my goddamn car. And I'm literally on the phone with the promoter crying. like sobbing. I'm gonna miss interview. Like, I'm gonna miss registration. Like, what the fuck can I do? And then of course he's just like, calm your ass down. You need to focus on driving. Just drive. When you get here, we'll figure it out. Like, you've already paid like your registration fee. You're gonna be competing tonight. Just drive. And then I got caught in traffic in Memphis because of course I did. And I got caught in traffic for like 3 hours. I got there, fucking finally. And by the way, I was doing this all alone. That's the I didn't have an entourage. I was like, I'm going to do my first US of A pageant completely alone because that's, a good choice.
In a venue that is not within walking distance
of the hotel. Yeah, like because we were in like a motel. No, yeah, like way the fuck out there. It was like a 20-minute drive. Yeah. That's how everyone got to meet Jack Rabid. And then I got there and
this story is good, man.
And they're like, we're gonna do your interview. You're gonna do interview like right before now, like right before you have to get ready, like to do the pageant. And the head judge was late. So I had to wait to do my interview. What? And I was already like so fucking keyed up that I was just like, and I felt like I had a horrible interview. But the promoter came up to me afterwards and was like, normally we would take administrative points off because you missed registration and you missed like all of this shit. And they're like, but since the judge was late, we're just gonna like
we're gonna waive this.
We're gonna just see, like it is what it is. And then I ended up getting first alternate to Ab's heart, who absolutely murdered me with every single one of his beautiful shiny rhinestones.
We like rhinestones.
We love them. No, it was just, that was one of those things though, like when you're like 21 and it's your first pageant, and I was like, I saved up like all of my money for my scholarship to go to the Hobby Lobby. And like,
not the Hobby Lobby.
And and you get there.
Please forgive their loans.
And there's someone there who's like obviously has a support system.
I've been at those pageants. Like I've had the ones that just, it's one thing after another, and at some point you're just like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna do this because at this point, what else? Like,
the only other one that I've had that went that horribly was also in Arkansas, the same venue. I had gained, my ass got too fat for my evening wear. And so my ex-fiance was supposed to be my dresser, and she got sick. So her mother was there with us because I don't know why. She was very nice, Susan, actually. But she was like, I'll be your dresser. And so she's trying to like zip my pants up. And we literally had me like laying like backwards like this. Trying to zip my pants up. And then she yoinked on the zipper so hard it ripped the zipper out of my evening wear pants. And
whoa.
I had to go on for evening wear with pants that had no zipper, with my jacket buttoned, but the jacket was a little bit too small. And it's the one that had the painting of David Bowie on the back.
Oh, so yeah.
It kind of folded his face in half because the jacket was too small. The pictures are fucking hilarious. I can laugh at this point, but like every single picture, it's like one of those memes where they cut out like someone's nose because it's literally
and they just
boy.
So I did not qualify.
I've had to have been hot glued into my evening wear because the zipper got all jacked up, and the only way to be able to get in and out of it was put them on and then very carefully hot glue the fly.
Oh my
because
God.
The hot glue can be taken, like you can actually kind of separate it.
You pick it off,
right. You can separate it very gently and then have to get hot glued back into it. But yeah, that's one thing I tell people when you know, if you're going to compete for something, it's like, look, expect things to go wrong because it's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen.
Have a plan F.
Learn to roll with it. Learn to fucking roll with it. Where can people find you and the best way to keep up with AIDF? Like, where can people follow the things?
Yeah, so to follow me, very conveniently, I have put that is my Instagram handle right there. That's also my Venmo. That's my Instagram handle right there. You can also follow me on Facebook just by searching Jack Rabid, or you can friend me on Facebook. I might not accept your friend request, but
thank God.
you can.
I don't blame you.
But you can try. I do also on the Instagram, which is there. I don't use the Instagram as much for posting photos. I post a lot of stories, and I have a link tree in my bio that has links to everything else. I do occasionally stream on Twitch.
What the fuck is the link tree?
It's like
we have a link tree.
It's a link.
We do?
Yeah, it's a link that you like. It's the one link
tree.
And then
check out our link tree. It'll take you to all the links.
In Instagram, they only allow you to
exactly what it is.
Instagram, they only allow you to link to one website, so it's a place that you can just put everything in one spot.
That will soon be changing. I'll let you put more than one link soon.
Incredible. But yeah, I have my YouTube channel on there. I don't post much on YouTube, but you can watch all of my digital drag things that I uploaded from way back in the lockdown times.
I have Googled the link tree.
I figured.
And then Austin Drag Fest, you can follow at. Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. I'm the one who like manages this social media, and I'm just like, I don't know what it's called. At Austin Drag Fest, we also have a link tree in that bio, and that is linktree/international drag, and that has the application is in there. Applications are open through the end of the year, so midnight.
December 31st.
December 31st is when we're cutting them off. You can also we have all of our donation links on there. The easiest one to do that literally costs you nothing. We all hate Jeff Bezos, but we will take advantage of him. We will ride that man for all he's worth. If you shop on Amazon, you can put us as your Amazon Smile thing, and we will get money.
I think mine's actually set up to do that. I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that I think mine's set up for that.
But yeah, we passively can get money because we are a 501c. So you can give us money just by shopping on Amazon. Oh, happy polyamory day. I am polyamorous. I didn't know it was my day.
Happy poly day.
There's a day for everybody.
There's a day for everyone. And today it's mine.
It's my day.
But yeah, and then also, if you want to follow the Boys of Austin, we are Boys of Austin pretty much everywhere. And that is spelled BOYZ of Austin, Boys of Austin. And yeah, we're Austin's only drag king, gender diverse troupe. We have a show every second Tuesday of the month at Elysium, which we mentioned is like our awesome venue here in Austin. We also have Poo Poo Platter is there, which is Bulimia and Rhapsody, who was on Camp Wanakiki. That's her show. And then Die Felicia, which is Louisiana Purchase's horror-themed drag show. Was Eva Destruction as well. They have that
so
show.
If y'all are ever in
I'd like to be a guest on that
Austin,
show.
make sure that you check
Only
around
fitting.
and see what shows are happening, because Austin drag is great. I can absolutely testify to the fact that
yeah,
Austin drag is great.
Austin drag is, we have some great things going on. We appreciate art here, and I like that. It means that I get to do my freaky weird bullshit. I get to dress up as a vampire and play the trombone. So
That's amazing. I love that.
I would say that the Instagram gives a great preview of what you have to offer. It doesn't give it all away, but your Instagram gives a great preview of what you offer.
Yes, I can concur. Felicia, what do we have coming up? Me personally, I ain't got shit coming up, and I'm okay with that. I know we have sex trivia on December 10th.
Yes, and several people have asked me about it. So if you follow the Let's Have a Fefe page on Facebook, for some reason I cannot fix the event to change the time, but it says 7 p.m. So I will work on deleting it and then adding December 10th as a separate.
I can't even find the event anymore. Like
it's pinned at the top of the page.
Even when I try to search for it, it never comes up.
I know, and so I'll fix that. I will delete it and then restart again, which is terrible because the reason why I did multiple things was so I'll go back to doing singles and just duplicating the that just took longer. But anyway, for those that have asked, yes, I'll fix the time, and Freddie and I will work with Mar to create more dates because we're already being asked about 2023, which is good news because we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary of sex trivia at Gracie's Tax Bar.
Indeed. So that's happening December 10th, and then December 18th, Three Fates Review is doing their Island of Misfit Toys show, which is always a good time. So you want to come check that out. But other than that, I ain't got shit.
December is kind of a quiet month for me too. I haven't picked my magic date yet either, so I'll let you know when I do that.
We do have.
Other than that, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm okay with it being a little bit slow. It's been a little crazy the last few months, so I'm okay with that.
It's the holidays though, so.
Right. Which can upcoming guests next week we have Dylan B. Dickerson White, who is Mr. Trans USA 2022. He'll be on to chat about the title, nationals next year, all that fun stuff. And then the week after, on December 7th, we have author Lee Call, who's going to be on with us. They're fantastic. I think they might actually be in studio. I'll have to double check with them. But they are the author of the zombie book that I read at the last Drag Story Hour.
I need to get that book.
Coffee. It was so much fun. It's great. It's like,
what's the title of it?
At Least He's Dead, I think, or something like that. It's like the I know an old lady who swallowed a fly, but it's a zombie. He's a new zombie. So he eats the head of a statue and then proceeds to try and fix the fact that he ate the head of a statue. And
I typed it in the. Great. Is that it?
At Least He's something like that. But she's got they've got a bunch of other books too.
Okay.
So
but that would be exciting.
So that'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah. I know we went over, folks, but we like it when we have a chance. Like, we have a guest that actually like engages. It makes
And
like when we have a guest that engages, we end up going over. You know that we have a shitty guest when we end on time. I'm just
I don't want to say that you're lying.
I'm just
like you may have truth.
I'm just saying, like, that's when you know that our guest was not, because that means that they didn't talk, they didn't say anything, and it was like, so we went over because we had a really good guest on tonight. Thank you, Jack Rabid, for joining us all the way from Austin. Yes. I appreciate you. I'm glad that we had a chance to chat about AIDF, maybe get some, more info out there for folks who may want to apply, and to, hear about what's happening in, the Austin drag scene, which there's a lot happening, and folks are traveling. Go out and find a good show in Austin.
There's one almost every day of the week, pretty much.
There is here too. And of course, the only reason that I actually enjoy going to Austin is because of the ramen.
Oh yes! Oh my God! Yeah, Ramen Tatsuya, sponsor me.
Seriously, like when I was there, I think I went I went at least once a day when I was there in 2019 because I would bathe in it if I could.
There is a location around the corner from my apartment, and that is dangerous. I can DoorDash it if I want to.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow.
That's awful. I would
problem.
I would have problems. I would have some.
Yikes.
That would be bad for me. It'd be so bad for me.
When I went with Freddie, he talked about it like nearly the whole car ride there. And he wasn't wrong. I'm just saying that this is serious.
No,
this is
that's the real reason I was upset that Arkansas tried to kill me. I was looking forward to the fucking ramen.
Yeah, you're gonna get your Ramen Tatsuya fix. If you come and visit me.
Oh, is that an offer? I heard an offer. Okay. We're gonna
You're looking at the couch you would stay at right back there.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll just shove things over a little bit. It's fine.
It's okay. I could sleep on the floor too.
There is enough room on the floor for an air mattress.
Okay. Don't threaten me with a good time. We want to thank everyone for joining us for your Wednesday night conversation, and we want to thank our special guest, Jack Rabid, for joining us tonight. Thank you to all of you who watched live and watch on the replay, and to those nearly 6,500 downloads from Cambodia. For listening to us on the podcast, because we're probably better to listen to than to look at.
Sometimes it's just easier.
Not you, Jack. Not you. Me for sure. Freddie's been killing it lately, so I can't say nothing. So, but maybe just me. But thanks for listening on the podcast. Listen on your favorite podcast player. We'll see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.